This is deep. This is deep. So a lot of updates are dropping right, left, and center, and it's becoming scary, very much scary. Talks like, oh, Wunmi is pregnant, and Wunmi is pregnant for somebody that will shock you. And also talks about what and what has to do with what and what. What am I telling you? Well, you will get to find out. You get to find out yourself, and you will be shocked. You will be amazed. Still on justice for Mohbad. Now, the inquest that was supposed to proceed and many other things that were supposed to happen, due to some issues that are not supposed to be, we are beginning to have some kind of updates that a lot of people are not satisfied with. But here it is. So much silence, and it is so uncomfortable. What do I mean? It is as if there is a force that was released on the day that Mohbad passed away. Do you know that from the day that Mohbad was announced not to be alive anymore, there is nobody, regardless of the number of people at the show that Mohbad went to, and also right there at Mohbad's house, no one till today has been able to bring up any video of any event surrounding the demise of Mohbad, 72, 48, and 24, apart from the doctored video of Wunmi and her cohorts involved. Now, we have Adura, we have Darusha, we have other people who are into this matter. In fact, you'll be shocked at what you're about to get to hear in this one. You'll be amazed. Is it true that there are no videos? Is there a threat? Is there something? How come people cannot release this video incognito? Why? To what end? Mohbad's father said, when I got to that house, I saw a lot of people. A lot of people were gathered, up to 70 or even 100 or more. He said he could not count. He went into Mohbad's house, and what he saw shocked him. He saw his son under the staircase. But stories have changed. Stories have changed. It is so sad. It is a tough one. You all recall the man called African TV CEO who had injected himself into justice for Mohbad for financial purposes. He said it's a business. He wanted to use Mohbad. Of course, it is one case or event that you will begin with to start or to promote yourself in whatever you do. But there is something that needs to be looked into. There is something. Now, we have had a lot of people who are discussed, analyzed on Mohbad's demise, but this is serious. This is serious, and I want you guys to pay attention to it from the beginning of it till the end. In fact, you will not be able to skip any part of this. Do not forget to like, share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Returning subscribers and those that have been here, I say very big thank you to you. And to those that have tapped on the thanks button, the one with the love icon and $ in the middle of it, may God bless you, may God replenish your pocket. If you also want to be a part of this, you can also do the same by tapping on that button. Still on justice for Mohbad. Let's get right into it.
To think about what she's asking. What if truly they are threatening? Let's just lean in that direction. Let's explore. Supposing, because you've got 100 people allegedly that were on that premises, not one out of 100 has come out to say, I was there, this was the picture, this is the situation. In a year, not one out of 100. So we're looking for 100 people to tell us what was happening before Baba Mohbad got there. Now, this lady is hypothesizing. Supposing they were threatening, let's not wave it away. Let's just think about it for a minute. What would make 100 people so quiet and the rest of the world are crying? What would make the family so dysfunctional? Go ahead.
As I said earlier, I said that the whole people you see, the 100 people were not there when Mohbad died. Only few people know about what really happened to Mohbad. Okay? And those few people, it could be controlled, it could be managed. Mohbad could have died on Monday. Okay? And the few people who are aware of this information, they are either been threatened and they are.
If I understand you, what you're saying is few people were there when he died, but others came after. Is that what you're saying?
But those one didn't witness anything. So how
what
can they
happened to this network all of a sudden? God.
The 100 people who came later.
Yeah, okay, Paprano. Stop there. Stop. Listen to yourself. 100 people and nobody is saying anything. Even if they came after the fact. Where are the 100? Give me 10 out of the 100. Where is 10 out of the 100?
You're not getting it. I'm talking about when the father came to the house. Okay, he met 100 people there. Those people cannot talk about what happened. If you're talking about the show,
who are the people now threatening this people? That's what I want.
Exactly. If you're talking about the show, in the show, nothing might have happened. It might have been that nothing that much happened in the show. So that's why people in the show don't have much evidence there. But at home, there's much evidence.
Rano, if you can hear me, the network is lagging. I don't know if it's me. If you can hear me, I'm talking about the 100 allegedly met at the house by Baba Mohbad. And I agree with you that 100 people were not there when it happened. They were not there when it happened, but they were the immediate news carriers or those that heard the news first. Why are they not out talking? Why? If 100 people showed up to the scene of an accident, no, Paprano, hold on. 10 seconds. Sorry, give me 10 seconds. If
100 people came on Tuesday, go on.
Fine. It doesn't matter which day they came up. The example I'm giving you is there's a car accident. The accident happened right now. Whoa. In the next 20-30 minutes after the accident, 100 people showed up. From the first person to the 100 people, there will be stories. We are not hearing those stories. Why? Who is controlling those 100, even if it's 10 or 20 people? Who's controlling them?
It was already well planned. They planned their narrative. They planned what they want to say. They tell everybody that comes. Everybody who comes, they tell them the same thing.
So what you're saying is nobody showed up, no 100. That's what you're telling me. Are you telling me no hundreds? Is that what you're saying?
No, you're not getting very well. I said there were 100 people fine.
I can hear you.
These 100 people were not there. It is what they are told that they're going to fly with.
Paparano, I agreed. I agree with you. They were given a story, they were given a play script, but why are they not giving us that play script from their own mouth? Who do we know out of the hundreds? Who do we know?
Okay, they're not going to.
We even heard the video
because they suspect that something is wrong too, but they won't talk about it. They will either not talk about it. They suspect that something is wrong.
Well, my brother, you see, we need to trace our steps back. We need to find the 100 and get the stories of the 100. If you're 99 out of that 100, how did you hear about Mohbad's death? When did you hear it? Who told you? Where were you? And when you got there, what did you meet? We need to trace those 100. There should be an investigation to find those 100.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And Paparino, do you think that if the Devano was promised
I like that. That makes a lot of sense.
Do you think that if the Devano was promised... Do you think that if the Devano was promised a house not to talk, Udarosha, a recording level not to talk, and it's over a year now, and they are not receiving that, and they are not started blowing the whistle. They must have started blowing the whistle somehow.
People will suspect.
There's more to that, Papariano. There's more to that.
They too, they are careful. They're going to be in danger. They are dealing with a very big gang.
Do you think it's a little secret to keep? Even if they're going to be in danger, do you think it's a little secret?
So you think Top Movie is wasting his time in this case? I think it's just wasting his time.
Wait, I don't think all of them in that house were really involved. I think they are now becoming accomplice because they're shutting up their mouth. Okay? All of them might not be physically involved in Mohbad's death, but the fact that they are not talking is making them suspects as well. You have to think about that as well.
Hi, Paparello. Good evening.
How are you?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, African TV. What I actually wanted to say, based on what African TV mentioned and what the lady was saying, you know, when you look back, I mean, back in the days when we were in the uni, right? Like, oh, you have all this secret society, you belong to them. And believe me, when you swear an oath, you dare not talk. If you talk, you feel the wrath of the consequences. And then moving forward, fast forwarding, those guys in the house might actually have witnessed execution type of Mohbad, and their life is on the line. So talking about their phone and things, that's a cheap thing. You know, when you are indebted and you swore an oath, right? You have to live by it. You even talking to your closest friend, right? You cannot dare reveal the secret. Because you reveal it, you know what the consequence is. You're going to get, you know, you understand? I don't want to say too much about that. So the threat is reality. So all these peps, giving them a property or whatever, it doesn't really weigh too much about the threat. The threats weigh more on the heart of those people than they give them the house and anything. You know, they can give them on top of that. But one thing, if they are being sworn and they told them, listen, if you talk, your life is on the line. No matter where you go in the world, it's a small place. You know, that alone is enough to play on the mind of those 50 people. So I would believe that things like that happened. You know, when you look at the way this case has been, I would say, I wouldn't use what wishy-wash, we've been played around by Wunmi and Papa Mohbad. Even the DNA thing is a pure distraction. Nothing but a distraction from my own perspective, right? They're trying to move away and look at what they're trying to do. They said, okay, we do a civil case, but a crime has been committed. I heard Adedoyin speaking yesterday about this. It's an homicide. It's not yet there as a crime. Yeah, I agree with that. But the bottom line is, we, people like yourself and so many other people platform with the analysis, made people aware that something wrong happened to Mohbad. And we're staying with that. That's why I like this other guy, this property guys, when he was talking. Believe me, the guy is so weird, but there's a lot of factual elements in his speeches. Honestly, I give him kudos. He sounds a bit drunk, but he's touching the salient point that we should all be aware of. Yeah. So the point is, whether you are Team Wunmi or Team Baba, whatever, it is quite important for us to know that there's something in between these things. And I like the fact that the public are not resting their laurel, you know, fighting, doing this analysis. Believe me, if you ask the perpetrator now, they would like the ground to open up and swallow the enemy of people like you and so many other people, just to kill the whole thing. And that goes back to say, when Baba was coming out to swear about people trying to do a remembrance for his child, a public figure, do you think that is normal? That is not normal. Because, you know, if that thing happened, it puts more pressure on the government, on the police, whoever is hiding the secret.
Is that noise in your background? Whose background is noisy?
Not me. So these are the things that we need to focus on. And threat is a reality. I know, honestly speaking. You know, all those
it's possible.
All those
pep
things.
I think African TV kind of make a lot of sense there, saying that if you ask those 100 people, how do you hear about this information? You kind of find a lot of things. And why are they not speaking? Because maybe when you look at people, different.
It's quite frustrating when you look at people like Zlatan, or people like this guy that he lives with? I forgot his name now. This guy, what's his name? A close friend of his that he actually was squatting with him before. What's his name?
Prime Boy.
No, not Prime Boy. This is a popular guy. He sings. He actually featured in his album as well.
You mean Zoro?
No, not Zoro. It's a Yoruba boy. I forgot his name now. But he's a close friend, right? And that guy never came. No. He's very close associate. Before he moved to his new house, he was actually squatting with this guy.
Ayan. Bella.
No Ayan.
Bella
It's
Smother.
they got Bella Shmurda, thank you. And if people like that didn't come out to talk, that means a lot. It means a lot.
Richie and Paparano. Sorry, let me chip in this. Paparano, you are probably the foremost investigator on this case on social media. Let me give you an assignment, if I may instruct you. Draw boxes when you're alone. Draw boxes of this case of Mohbad. And then look at the silent boxes, the boxes that are quiet. And when I say draw boxes, look at give a title to each case, like the Curtis Group, the Hundreds, the Baba Mohbad feud with Wunmi all of a sudden, the Mama Mohbad issue. Draw a box, title each one of these boxes, and then meditate on which one is silent. If you can open those silent boxes, you're closer to the mystery. Because let me tell you, mystery number one, the industry gods took him. Okay, who are the industry gods? If you now look at the involvement of the video from day one, and all of a sudden the silence of the video, you need to put that in a box. You need to put that in a box. Why is the video silent? Why is it silent? Then you need to look at why is the music industry not crying like us? That's another silent box. So there's so many quiet areas, silent boxes that need to be opened. There lies the secret of what killed Mohbad. That's all I want to say. Go ahead, Richie.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, there's a lot more to say, but I like the fact that this analysis is going on the various platforms, and kudos to Paparano for allowing. Sometimes some people would think they're drunkard or they're stupid, but it's always good to listen to them. That's a good thing. But honestly, lo and behold, because I listened to IT Guy many times, and I really like the way he analyzed comprehensively about what is happening. And the fact still remain that we shouldn't stop. That's all I can say. At the end of the day, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It might take a bit long, maybe not as quick as we anticipating, but justice will be served eventually. And these guys, I like the way Pavano is putting them on the spot. All these people, even including me, the negligence and the story, all those scripts that have been playing in front of us. Baba going to the police station and you sat in the car, blah blah. And who should be in the lead to actually go to the police in front of the police? It should be the one. It doesn't have to sit in the car for 3 hours or 2 hours before going in there. It should be the one to actually go in and make a report without even, if he wants to play smart, without even Wunmi and Dadarosa knowing what he was doing at the police station. It should be the one to actually tell them, listen, I have to tell you, this guy, I suspect my son has been unlawfully killed and things like that. But the fact still remain that Wunmi and Baba hold the aces in this case, right? I believe that if they cross-examine, maybe in court, maybe they will bust out and talk the reality to us.
Well, you heard it all. The whole thing about the demise of Mohbad, it has created a kind of investigation. What would I call it? Awakening or investigative awakening in a lot of people. People have started thinking outside of the box, and it has also unified Nigerians together. It has created that part of us that people never knew existed inside of them. Now, the demise of Mohbad spread far and wide due to the influence of social media, and more so because of the kind of person Mohbad is, not because of the music that he sang in the past. He had done his own beat. He was unable to fulfill all, but because he was born into this world to make influence or impact, and he could not. But his demise gave him that voice. His demise spread his name far and wide. Now, you've heard all the analysis and speculation and thoughts of different guests on this video. You've heard what they have to say. The conclusion of the other gentleman is that Mohbad's father and Wunmi, they both hold the ace or the key to whatever it is that could have happened to Mohbad. Well, some of you might agree, some might not agree to this. That Wunmi is not aware of certain things is not true. But like I said at the beginning of the video, it seems somehow a lot of people sort of lost access to their mobile phones to record. Maybe they were not expected, but you know, Nigerians want to record. People want to record. That's the practice. That's the way we've seen it played out. People want to record. It is rare not to have a camera come up whenever incidents occur. People will even record first before they help you. So I'm kind of thinking how no one recorded Prime Boy and Mohbad's fight. Let's say, okay, it happened like in a split of a second. No one was expecting it. And before we could say Jack Robinson, everything has sort of stopped and everything had come to an end. And those who recorded it, maybe they don't want to put out that video because to them, it's not really making sense. And that's that. Now, let's look at the part of them going home. Let us say nobody recorded it. Since these are friends and family, no one want to bring up a camera to record. But on getting home, when they claim that he took Mohbad out, it could be that that street is a little bit quiet. When we check the distance from that street to, Mohbad's house to the hospital, the distance is about 7 minutes. So I don't know the traffic that Wunmi was talking about, but let us say there was traffic at that time, at that moment, in that particular part. They say they put Mohbad on a motorbike and they carted him away, like they took him away. When we look at the dress that was on Mohbad, we don't see maybe he's putting on hoodie, something that will kind of not make people know that this is Mohbad. A lot of these stories are not hard enough, but they don't ever think that this is not possible. Why? It is possible that they are taking Mohbad to the hospital through that means. Don't forget that Mohbad was an upcoming. Mohbad was not really known per se. It was the demise of Mohbad that gave him that fame and popularity. A lot of people listening to Mohbad's song now, or talking about Mohbad, or even fighting on behalf of Mohbad, don't know Mohbad, they don't know Mohbad's song. Mohbad was like an upcoming somewhere. No one knew him. Many people didn't even know Mohbad was part of any Malian. But people knew, they know Naira Marley. Naira Marley had that image and that fame. Who is Zinoliski and all of that? Probably those few people that are listening to their songs. Nobody really knew. So if Mohbad was being carried to that particular part, it is possible because nobody know him. Mohbad is not as famous as those that you know. Nobody know him. He might be popular in his hood, but not really like people know him like. I don't think there's any story somewhere apart from friends and family that might be aware of it that, people will say, oh, we heard about Mohbad. A lot of people did not even know of the incident that is on social media and is connected to Mohbad. Not until after it's my people started checking it out and all of that. So it is possible to an extent. But what we also believe is the demise of Mohbad and all that surrounds it, Wunmi, Cynthia, Adebanjo is fully aware of it. Now, about the nurse that has gone incognito, we don't know where the nurse is. It's also another thing. It's another thing, another issue that needs to be dealt with. Another issue that is troubling. With the lawyer of the nurse and that of Wunmi, hand in hand together, like I say, hand in hand together, in the same car, coming to the inquest, shows that there is a lot that we need to deal with. How are they trying to spring out the nurse? Like, oh, it's not the nurse's fault. I'm breaking this down to you guys so that you understand what's happening. What they are plotting and planning is to put everything on Prime Boy. The nurse will be absolved of wrongdoing. The nurse will be called a savior that tried to give Mohbad life, that tried to do for Mohbad what Mohbad should have done. in a proper hospital. And they will say it's Mohbad's fault that he didn't go to the hospital, and that the nurse that was not authorized to do what she did, our own case will be. But they will not say she's the one that took the life of Mohbad. They will say she tried to save Mohbad in an unqualified way. Simple. That's where they are driving at. That is where the picture is. That's where they're driving at. I don't know what you guys think of this. Drop your comments. See you guys in the next update.